Expand design, a roomy cabin, dual-tone interiors, 15 smart utility spaces, and a large boot space, all there to expand your life. Welcome to Easy Space.
The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Prince Saeed Al Hussein, says he attaches great importance to the investigation on Sri Lanka. He expressed these views in his opening statement to the 27th session of the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva.
The 27th session of the UN Human Rights Council commenced in Geneva today. This was Prince Saeed Al Hussein's first address to the Council following his appointment as the High Commissioner for Human Rights.
Moreover, I attach great importance to the investigation on Sri Lanka mandated by this Council, on which OHCHR will report later in the session. I encourage the Sri Lankan authorities to cooperate with this process in the interests of justice and reconciliation. I am alarmed at threats currently being leveled against the human rights community in Sri Lanka, as well as prospective victims and witnesses. I also deplore recent incitement and violence against the country's Muslim and Christian minorities.
Representatives on the Council expressed their views on the OHRC investigation into Sri Lanka following the High Commissioner's statement.
The United States also looks forward to OHCHR's report on Sri Lanka, and we once again call upon the government there to cooperate with the investigation.
We strongly support the investigation by the High Commissioner into the violation of human rights during Sri Lanka's civil war.
Human rights and human rights defenders are too often under attack, and we will need your wisdom and your experience in finding a way through that. We stand ready to support you, and we commend your excellent team for their dedication and hard work. On Sri Lanka, we support your call for the government of Sri Lanka to cooperate with the international investigation, and we urge the Sri Lankan government to facilitate access and ensure those cooperating with the investigation can do so without fear of intimidation or reprisals.
Sri Lanka wishes to congratulate the new High Commissioner on his appointment. Sri Lanka reiterates its categorical rejection of Resolution 25/1. Sri Lanka continues its own domestic process of reconciliation using as a basis the LLRC action plan. Since the HRC last met in June, a special Bureau for Reconciliation is being set up. The mandate of the CUI on missing persons has been enhanced to inquire into additional matters and for the appointment of a 5-member International Advisory Council that includes internationally recognized lawyers. The Bill on Assistance to and Protection of Victims of Crime and Witnesses is due to be presented in Parliament tomorrow, and the Joint Needs Assessment on Resettled IDPs supported by OCHA is nearing completion, and the final report is expected by October 2014. Despite these developments, some refuse to acknowledge these and persist in heaping negative attention. Sri Lanka rejects assertions of threats leveled against the human rights community and regrets attempts being made to portray the country as intolerant of religious minorities.